Yo, what up?
YOLO.
The chaotic portal. You already know KCDG in the building.
Yes, sir.
Woo, boy, this off topic, man. You will not believe what I just seen.
What's up?
A transparent Glock.
Sounds fire.
Almost don't look real, but that is a shell casing coming out of it.
I see that, though.
But anyway, this episode is very important to me because a lot of my turning points, um, as far as maturity were concerned, um, came after reading certain books, like a book that I got early, which is the opposite of the title of the video. A book I got early was called Raving Fans, a revolutionary way to look at customer service. Um, and that book changed the way I looked at marketing. So, and customer service. So, uh, one book, the first book I want to mention is the Five Love Languages. Five Love Languages is a book that uh, helps you understand the most important part of people's communication. You read that book?
Negative. Nor have I ever heard of it before.
The Five Love Languages is written by Gary Chapman. Now it's a short book. It's a real short read. I do have it in PDF, but essentially it speaks about the five different categories that you can generalize in the ways that uh, people communicate their love towards one another and how they perceive love from others.
Right.
It's a good read. I ain't gonna give it away, but basically the five love languages are words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. So basically everybody on earth feels love in them five ways, and they cherish one or two of those more than the others. So basically, that helped me as far as being prepared to maintain relationships as an adult. Communicating with my parents actually improved a lot after reading this book. Communicating with my little sister. She's an adult. She's 30 now. You know what I'm saying? We were real close, real young, and then I grew up and went off and did my own thing, and I kind of separated from the family. So, learning how to um, read and respond to love in other people's best form of communication was big for me.
Mm.
The second book I wish I would have found, Mike, Mike, Daddy, Daddy, go watch TV for a few minutes. Bye bye. But the second book I wish I would have had was The Miseducation of the Negro. Uh, that's another big one. That was more or less a mindset, understanding how I need to move intellectually throughout society. That was major. Um, uh, you got to get into that book to get into that book. You know what I'm saying? And you ever heard of that one?
Nah.
That's, I got some gems these days. Now I know this next book I'm gonna mention. I know for sure you got, and you can't deny it. But from Babylon to Timbuktu, I wish I would have came across that way younger.
Right, right.
Now I know you touched on that a little bit so far. What you think about it?
The Babylon and Timbuktu.
Yes, sir.
It's definitely a book I wish I could have came across earlier in life. But that just opens up a gateway for more research. At least that's what it did for me.
Right. It gave me some questions to ask that I didn't know I needed to ask.
Right. I got an interesting fact for you. Do you know what the name of Buddha mother was?
I do not recall right off bat.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a hint. Has something to do with the Aborigines.
Aborigines. So
Her
Abigail.
name was her name was Maya.
Oh, Maya. Oh, okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Big B.
Shout out to Aboriginal power.
Shout out to original Copper Man.
That too.
Um, a book that I came across a few years ago, that I wish I would have had as a teenager, was "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff."
Yeah, I read that.
That was a turning point. That helped me with my my short temper and
Right,
and getting me to reason past one to complain about every damn thing that was going wrong in my life at any time.
right. Yeah, that was a very powerful book. Short but sweet.
Right, for sure, for sure.
I got one for you.
Huh.
Hold on, what the name? This not the one I want to. I'm gonna research the one I want to bring up, but the save time. 33 strategies of war is a powerful one too.
Oh yeah, most that. Uh, anything Robert Greene. I mean, if you read too many of his books, I got bored once I got
I
to
only read that one of his books, to be completely real with you. I heard
the
about the
48.
48 laws of power, but I've already,
Yeah.
that was more of I ingested it once when I was locked up. We had the old head do the reading and this and that, but that was already implemented in me.
See, that's
Oh,
a book I got too early. You know what I'm saying?
my bad. What'd you say?
I said that's a book I got too early.
Yeah.
Like,
Is another one I wanted to bring up was the 7 habits of highly effective people.
oh yeah, that's another good one for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That one was powerful.
Yeah, that.
And I
Yeah, I need
gotta
that.
add at least one more to the list. It should be in everybody's list of books to read if you haven't already. The Art of War.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Now that's I feel like that's the entry level right there as far as like strategic moving or
Right.
whatnot. But I know for sure that I've recently picked up the Book of Five Rings, which is written by a master samurai, and it's that's somewhere along the line. Another book in that category as I got the Tao of G Kendo, written by Bruce Lee. That's
Geechee
another.
in the building. Geechee hop on the panel, man. Drop people some
Yeah,
books to read.
he was
We
on
got a gang
earlier.
of books to read. Geechee. You got a lifeline of books to read. Come
Watch
hop
it.
on the panel, Geech.
No, you got some books to share.
Whew. Yeah, it does. But yeah, I just recently started reading the Secret Relationships of Blacks and Jews. I also been reading these articles. Oh, okay, handle your business, bro. These articles of the United States. Hold on, let's see if I can pull those up. And these are interesting because it's written from the perspective of the people coming to conquer the land,
Right.
and it was writing it in the context of what they saw in this foreign land and writing back to the people home.
And so what's the title and the author on that one again?
History of the United States.
Oh, that's the one we started to look at a little bit, right?
Right.
You sent me that one, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, heck yeah. I gotta. That's on the dang
The
list.
first part of it, first chapter, is Aboriginal America, which is interesting.
What?
I
Hey,
could read it if you want.
Get you got us on the screen.
What's up?
Get you got us on TV. I always wanted to be a Hollywood star for 30 seconds.
Shout out to Geechee, man. But not I definitely the first paragraph of it in it is called, I'm gonna read it word for word. The History of the United States, Part 1, Aboriginal America, Chapter 1, The Red Men. The primitive inhabitants of the New World were red men called Indians. The name Indian was given to them from their supposed identity with the people of India. Columbus and his followers believed that they had reached the islands of Far East and that the natives were of the same race with inhabitants of the Indies. The supposed similarity between the two people, if limited to personal appearance, had some foundation in fact, but in manners, customs, and character, no two races could be more dissimilar than American Aborigines and the inhabitants of China and Japan. Hmm.
Hmm.
And that's
Run
just
that last line back one more time.
that last line. Okay. The supposed similarities between the two people, if limited to personal appearance, had some foundation in fact, but in manners, customs, and character, no two races could be more dissimilar than the American Aborigines and the inhabitants of China and Japan.
So was he specifically saying that their appearance, as in the dark, they blackness. So that means over there, the Chinese and Japanese was just as dark as the Indian Americans and the Eastern Indians and the Africans.
Precisely.
That's
Mm.
crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. You want to know what's even crazier?
Uh
This is
oh.
for educational uses, educational purposes only. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into the second paragraph. It says the origin of the Indians is involved in great obscurity. At what date or by what route they came to the New World is unknown. The notion that the red men are the descendants of the Israelites is absurd. That Europeans or Africans at some early period crossed the Atlantic by sailing island to island seems highly improbable. That the people of Kamchatka came by way of Bering Strait into northwestern parts of America has little evidence to support it. Perhaps a more thorough knowledge of the Indian languages may yet throw some light on the origin and early history of North American races. Woo, 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 woo. All right, that's the second paragraph. What you got from that?
I mean, although he says it is absurd, it still seems as if he's alluding that it may be true in either case.
Right. He's saying it's absurd, but you gotta understand that.
But like, why would the only reason why you would specifically state something that isn't for like, so the Hebrews weren't even, he was talking about the Asians. So then, what is the purpose of bringing up the Hebrews just to discredit the possibility?
Let me read these two sentences over. It says the notion that the red men are descendants of the Israelites is absurd. That Europeans or Africans at some point, at some early period, crossed the Atlantic, sailing island to island, seems highly improbable. Now, from that, it seems like he's trying to refer the Israelites back to European or Africa, to Europe or Africa, and that's not the case.
Right,
The people of that land had always been there from the beginning of time itself, probably before time. It's been there so long that it was lost and found again.
right,
But the people was always there.
right. They just weren't involved with trade, so therefore their existence wasn't spread across.
Right. Like Japan. Like I've never been to Japan, so I wouldn't know. I won't know what's going on or what's happening in Japan unless I'm there in Japan. And even back then, it would be even more so because they didn't have the internet.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Accessibility. There's no advertising, no marketing. If I see you and you got something that I particularly need at this moment now here, then get to me.
Yep, I'm gonna tell it back to the village, and the village gonna come take it. That's how we ride. All right, now that was the second paragraph where he was basically saying it was absurd. Now this is coming from a person from from Britain, great wherever the fuck they came from, overseas, and they came to conquer the land. And he's writing what he's witnessing and his story of what's
And
going
based on
on.
his education and all that.
Right. All right. Third paragraph. The Indians belong to bow and arrow family of men. Some races cultivate soil. Others have herds and flocks. Others, hold on, next page, build cities and ships. Red men of the Western continent. Hold on, let me get my screen right. It said, red men of the Western continent. The chase was everything, to smite with swift arrow and deer, and the bear was his chief delight and profit. Ooh, such a race of men could live only in a country of woods and wild animals. The illimitable hunting grounds, forest, and hill and river were the Indians' earthly paradise. I read it again. The illimitable hunting grounds, forest, and hill and river were the Indians' earthly paradise.
Hmm.
See, paradise on earth is simple.
You talking about Garden of Eden?
Nah, I'm just saying what it said.
Well, I'm saying think about any of the even when we drive on the highways and we go into the less touched areas and we see the hills and the mountains off into the distance. It is beautiful. It is paradise. It is when we pull into the cities and see these buildings and all the you know effects of us where paradise disappears. But that's not here nor there.
Yeah, I'm just saying they ain't have tall structures and 9 to 5s and politics and presidents and shit like that, bro.
I mean, it was easy to move about without running into them, really, if they didn't want to be seen, because you literally would have to run into them to see them because the tents were not above the tree lines or anything else.
Most
Look
people,
who's
most
back.
people, I don't even think that they were tents. I think that was some other shit, bro. Like they had mobile things what they set up. That's just like if we was to go to the beach, we'll take a little, you know what I mean? A
Right.
little setup with us. You feel me?
Right, but
But
there were
they
no
had
big
old,
civilizations.
they had yeah civilizations built in the carvings of fucking canyons and
Hmm.
Oh,
all
right.
kind of
Okay.
extra
You
shit.
know, you right. You right.
It was yeah, but you know when you on the go, like if we traveling or something, shit, we gonna need some living equipment.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's basically what it's saying, man. He's basically saying like he's coming to this world and he see that these people are completely happy, they're in harmony, and they in their own paradise with just their means of living, which was unlimited forests, hills, and rivers.
Why condemn that? Why destroy it? Why not learn from it?
Hmm.
Why believe? Why see so much happiness and still think that your way is better?
Hmm. That's a good question, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they got over ambitious to where they stepped on others' dreams and others' ways of living to where they wanted to make theirs superior. It was like a theme. The whole crusade thing, well, I forget the political term for it, but when they were going around trying to make everybody Christians,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So it was pretty much that same thing back then. Like, we want what y'all got. You gonna get down or lay down.
And then Islam followed behind that and did the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
He touching. Hey, he touching on sensitivity. Hey, but now listen now, and we're gonna jump back on the book situation now. Hey, what books do you have you wish you had when you was younger? Geach.
Oh man, I wish I had the books I have now.
Are you
Because if
talking
I
about
Enlighten
the
would have
three
had the
series?
books I have now, I would have been a billionaire.
Hmm.
Enlighten us. What books are those?
All the War, Richest Man of Babylon.
Wait, what was that?
Richest Man of Babylon. Yeah, that's definitely on the list. That's a good one.
I never heard of that one. Let me
You got
write
to
that
get
one
that,
down.
bro. You got to get that, bro.
Hey, all the multi-millionaires talk about that book. I've seen it was referenced in a Peter Lynch book that was
Yeah.
written back in the early '90s.
This man came from nothing and took over the world,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Started with pennies. I mean, the technique that he did, and nobody. The thing is, he was taught as he kept making mistakes
Right.
because he had to make a lot of mistakes to get to where he was at.
Yeah, but he teach you persistence in the story for real, boy. I'm trying to
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah, it's very deep. That's supposed to be taught in preschool.
Hmm. We're not
Really?
gonna talk about curriculum again. We on that's a whole nother episode, educational curriculum.
Yeah.
We touched on that a little while back, a couple weeks
Okay.
ago. But that's a dangerous topic right there. That's gonna get me
Hmm.
flagged.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm too new to get flagged. I'm not ready for
It's a good feeling though. I don't care.
Oh wow. Oh my bad, y'all. I'm listening.
it.
Nah, I started reading the next paragraph, bro. That shit just blew my fucking head, dog.
I'm trying to tell him.
Hey
Yeah.
man,
Hold on. Yo, let me read this to y'all.
run it.
Now, was y'all tuned in when I said that the illimitable hunting grounds, forest, hill, and river were the Indians' earthly paradise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next paragraph, it comes in and says, the American Aborigines belong to several distinct families or nations. North of the 60th parallel of latitude dwelt the Esquimaux. The name means the eaters of raw meat. They lived in the snow, huts, or in hovels, partly or wholly underground. Sometimes their houses were constructed out of bones of whales and walruses. Their manner of life was that of fishermen and hunters. They clad themselves in winter with the skins of seals, and in the summer those of reindeers. Inured to cold exposure, they made long journeys in sledges drawn by dogs, or risked their lives in open boats fighting with whales and polar bears among the icebergs. That's nuts.
Wow. We know who that is.
Hmm.
Now, the
Hmm.
60th latitude, please give me one moment.
Hmm.
that's that's quite
Yeah, that's
exact.
a yeah, I know that degree up there. Give me just a moment. It just I feel like it's like Washington D.C. line around there or something.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, the greater portion of the city. Wow.
Yeah, I was just on a live with Talenchi from Mama's Cook in New York. He said a shout out to y'all.
Hey, shout out to Demons Talinci to take over, man. He a
Nope.
real.
Yeah. Shout out all love over here. Check, man. We looking at this map, man. The 60th latitude. Let's say it's the line that goes from the bottom of Alaska, directly across Canada.
Hey, I'll be right back.
So you're definitely talking about the Aborigines of the Arctic Circle.
Mm, Aborigines of the Arctic Circle, huh? Oh, that's up there.
Yeah.
Now, uh, paragraph might be intriguing to you. It says the greater portion of the United States east of the Mississippi was peopled by the family of the Algonquins. Their original home was on the Ottawa River. At the beginning of the 17th century, they outnumbered fully a quarter of a million. The tribes of this great family were nomadic in their habits, roaming about from one hunting ground and river to another. When the white man came, the Algonquin nations were already declining in numbers and influence. The race has now withered to a shadow. Only a few thousand remain to tell the story of their ancestors. Algonquins. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look them up. They're interesting.
Hmm.
Around the shores of
That
Lake
was the third
Erie.
group.
No, that was the fifth paragraph.
No, I'm saying the group of
Y'all
Indians.
don't be mad at me. I'm having steak and potatoes tonight. Oh Lord, with a salad,
Ooh, ooh, how could I be mad?
Haitian style.
Hold on.
Mm.
You ain't no little fella, so I know you need some calories.
I'm only like 190, 95.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you
shit.
only got me beat by like 40 pounds.
Yeah. I don't even eat like that. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't even eat meat probably but once or twice every 2 months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I don't know. I'm trying to cut back on my flesh consumption. I'm trying to be 80% vegan by end of the year.
The softer the food you eat, the longer your body can maintain its youthfulness.
Right.
We our bodies, as we get older, are meant to eat soft foods, not hard foods.
Hmm. And you know who preaches that was hesitant into getting into any of his material.
Oh,
You see the book behind me?
I can't really see. Yeah, I heard of him. Yeah, I heard of him when I was in prison. think I read one of his books.
This book right here um, is This is the best. When I learn things and then I explain them, I use like school terms as far as like that would be like a financial middle to high school education
Yeah,
like for the ideal student situation. That would be the curriculum for middle school through high school. You know what I'm saying? As
because
far as financial literacy.
if you see what hard food, it forms your body
Hmm.
the way it shouldn't be formed when you eat hard food as you get older, like the fried foods and all that. That forms up your belly to have fat that you can't get rid of. And plus, I do a lot of sit ups and burpees, so I can't. I like to be uncomfortable, but I'm a bookworm. I got to get that book, The Richest Man of Babylon. I had it and I lost it,
Oh, I definitely gotta get that.
bro. When you read the book, you're not gonna want to put it down, bro.
Which one?
What do you know? Hey, Geechee, since you from New York, what you know about the five nations of New York?
Very little bit because it was a lot that I didn't believe. It's a confusing to me still, so I don't know what to believe.
So let me read you this next paragraph.
Okay.
It says, around the shores of Lake Erie in Ontario live the Huronikiris. Their
Okay.
domain extended south of the lake to the valley of Upper Ohio and eastward to the river Sorrel. At the time of their greatest power, Huronikiris embraced no fewer than 9 different nations. The chief of these were the Senecas, Cayugas, Onondagas, Oneidas, and Mohawks,
Okay.
constituting the famous Five Nations of New York. The warriors of this confederacy presented in Indian presented the Indian character under its most favorable aspect. They were brave, patriotic, and eloquent, not wholly averse to useful industry, living in respectable villages, tilling the soil with considerable success, faithful as friends, but terrible as enemies.
Can I add to that? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't go to school like y'all did, but I did watch a movie called The Warriors.
Uh-huh. Oh, I remember that movie.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
I remember that. It was a video game and everything, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Come out to play. And every neighborhood they went into, they was chased down. You know what I'm saying? And it was really like that back in the day.
Yo,
But
that's crazy.
you just because see, gangs started with races of people in certain cities of America. See, everything didn't start with military inclination like the Crips and Bloods. They were also had been infiltrated by the FBI, but certain gangs was just started off in the neighborhood to protect the neighborhood. It wasn't. It was a spinoff from the Black Panthers.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely heard that from a lot of the old heads coming up. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely the big theme, and that's why we got that different move. We talked about this a little while ago too. How it went from the drug dealers looking out for all the kids and making sure the boys got the shoes for basketball and the cleats and the pads and the money for the books and they got their scholarships and all that. Ice cream for the kids and on the block when the ice cream truck come through. I mean, the drug dealers and the hustlers was really the ones looking out for the hood originally.
Hmm. Definitely. And I remember that because the Muslims used to the drug dealers wasn't allowed to sell drugs in the neighborhood far as around school zones and certain neighborhoods. So it was an understanding. But the thing is when that what you just read in that paragraph, it just ring the bell like, damn, I wonder how see, I was told that certain people came to New York and took over, and that was it. But then the story changes to what you just read. Then it goes back to it's always somebody trying to prove somebody wrong. But I ain't saying y'all doing it. I know y'all not doing it. Y'all proving somebody right. That y'all what y'all your research is right. and it's hard to accept sometimes because damn, I've been believing so much crap so long. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
And when you believe,
the source of this information I'm reading from comes from the Library of Congress. So
okay, yeah,
I'm not adding nothing. I'm just
the
reading it straight.
Library of Congress that let us know everything now. Okay,
Yeah. So that's
yeah,
my source on it.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna go into the Library of Congress again because I used to be up in there.
Yeah, I definitely get like when I want to get the root or the beginning of some things, like it's I know it's all documented in there.
But you know what was told to us, and based on what I was talking to the brother before you had came on,
Hmm.
we was told that white folks ain't is a different race of people, but that's not true.
Mm-mm.
And
It's
there's a lot of YouTubers spinning that narrative like it's just black folks and everybody else is not included. So if everybody else is not included, why is you on YouTube?
see, we've always came in
Easy.
multiple
Don't
shades,
don't do
man.
that to the. Remember, I got a word for that. We got TDs, man, out in this world. You know what I'm saying? We don't
TDs,
want. Yeah, we don't want to bruise the TDs, man.
yeah, they can stay over there in their section.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna mess with that, man. Because when I was on the show, I said, I made a comment. I said, if you don't want to get tired of the black woman, get you a white woman. They were like, man, what you mean, get the white woman? What's wrong with the? What you mean? What you say? You putting down the black woman? No, you putting it down. So if you
yeah.
tired of her, go somebody else.
Right, simple, you
Damn.
know. But everybody have their preference. We're flavorful people. So
I love all women. You don't
there we
you don't
go.
think I like white women too? Shit,
That's what I'm saying.
I
We're
be lying.
flavorful people. It doesn't really, what we look for is more so, the character.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if you want to get deeper into it, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but it's like when you come to talking about black people or black women, black men even to speak, they get a lot of their character these days from what they're seeing on TV.
Mm.
They're imitating what they see. I, I, just for instance, I didn't see niggas running around with tight jeans on before Young Thug did it. Let's be 100% real.
For real.
And look where Young Thug is right now. I didn't see niggas wearing makeup and purses and shit until well, that's been going on for a while.
Uh,
That's been
uh,
going. Not in
hey,
my not in my
that's
time.
it.
Nah,
In
This shit
Hollywood though.
but
extreme.
it was different. Like when in the '60s, '70s, man, it was like
It was a
you had
shame.
the brothers, but it was like, man, they still had manhood. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
they still were men. You get what I'm saying? Like they had their preference in whatever it is they like, but they were men and they wanted to be called men. They wasn't gonna go on a TV show and be like, call me Cynthia.
I got other pronouns. Respect my identity.
Right, like Prince, like come on, like let's be
I was
real.
just thinking, man.
He put a whole symbol as his name.
Can I ask you a question? Was there ever a black culture in America? Be honest. Before the
Before,
before the
before,
slave traders came.
Okay, let me tell you real
yeah,
talk. The only thing
actually,
that
yeah.
has been ours the whole time has been the expression, and that's it.
That's
So
it.
Yeah, because
That's
we
all.
got
What
everything
is a
else is what
culture?
we've been
We
left
never
with.
had a culture, bro.
we just had a
Just
way
think
of
about
living,
it, bro.
a way of living, bro.
Right.
Everything we had was
Right
manifested
there
to us.
for,
Yeah, bro.
right there for us, bro. Whether it was the buffaloes and bears running, the fish
Right.
in the sea, the crops out the ground, whatever it was all natural, and that's what formed us into, the beings that we are. Those crops, man.
Hmm.
I think about that saying a lot lately. You are what you eat.
Hmm.
You feel me? They
If you
wasn't.
want,
They
if
wasn't
you want your
vegan.
skin, if you want your skin to be nice and vibrant at 40 in your 40s, eat that.
Hmm. Like I say, they wasn't vegans, but hey, them boys ate. They'll see a buffalo,
I
or
look that every 2 days eating a meal is the best thing a human being can do, bro.
yeah, facts.
You don't
I
have to
agree with
eat
that.
every day. I'm trying
I
to
don't
tell you.
I don't overeat. Overeating is it's a sickness. I moderately I eat to survive, if that makes sense.
That's it. Eat to live. That's it. Not eat, not live to eat.
Right.
Yeah, I eat to survive, I eat to live. I don't, it's just like a tool, you know,
Yeah. And
like putting
when you
gas
get
in the
when
car.
you feel, I feel light. Even though I'm in my 190s because I used to lift weights back in the day, but I feel light. I'm faster than Mayweather.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Uh-oh. If he
It's
ever
on
called me
wax.
out, if
It's
he
on
ever
wax.
called me out,
Somebody tag him.
if he ever
Oh
called
man,
me out, and I got a bullet in my thumb at that.
Uh-oh.
tell Mayweather come catch you,
He ain't
come
fast
catch
like
you
you
in
think
there.
he is. See, they pick fights for him. In the street,
Yeah,
you got to
he's
learn how to
admitted
fight
that.
against bats, knives, guns, bullets, all types of stuff.
He's admitted that.
He can't fight a street person like me. It
Tell
will
me
end
what
his
your
career.
wildest story is, bro. It's gonna be
Uh,
a legal. Hold on, I don't want you to. If it's an open case, and I don't talk about it, but I'm just saying, just something wild that you've done in your younger childhood that you thought about, and you like, damn, I was wilding back then.
beefing with my dad because that was it. When I was a kid, he think he owed this, that, and the third. But see, I wasn't stupid. I ain't trying him nothing. But you go to play basketball with him, then he go to move you with his shoulders and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I ain't gonna
Okay.
move, Mike."
Yo,
What's
y'all ever read this book called what's the name of this book? I'm trying to think. The Medunetta.
who?
The Medunetta.
Nope. Never heard of
Okay.
it.
Yeah, there's a book called The Medunetta.
I read the original, The Magician,
Okay.
from the
Because
1920s.
how I became a lover of books is when I got locked up and I ain't had no choice but to read them. And once I started reading, I was like, damn, it's more in the book than what people talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
book will give you more common sense than a person babbling all day.
Right.
Because you
Nah,
can't just write a book. You got to put that shit together. That should take time.
it's just like constructing a song, bro.
Yeah.
More so with a book because you gotta have a whole plot. Some songs today don't even have plot, bro. They just have
Mm,
catchy tunes and catchy sayings and a catchy ass beat. But there's no
yeah.
plot, there's no story, there's no meaning, there's no substance to what's being projected, so to speak. Unless you want to talk about, you know, how big a bitch house is, how fast their car is, how big
Saying
their
lack of
pockets are.
message.
And that's not it's like a
Ain't no
message.
message.
You remember that song? Even like, bro, one of my favorite artists. I hate to sleep on him, but I hate to bring up mainstream people as well. But one of my favorite artists is Nas because no matter what you listen to from that brother, he always got something in his message. Whether it was one from one mic to "Hate Me Now" to "I Know I Can," everything, bro. It's
Because
like he
Nas came up in the era when there was real men, man.
facts, and not only that, but where he come from, bro. Like, I, I'm from the South. I'll be the first one to talk shit about how New York niggas be rapping, but I can't deny the knowledge and the bars what they be having, bro. It's funny to me because I'm used to different type of music, but I hear it, and I'm like, you can't deny what the brother say, man. But that's the respect I have for just the craft of music.
Yeah.
Right, right. That's why I love Big Crit, man. He always got a message, man. He ain't
I
gonna.
always wanted to be part of a band because I like to play. And I know how to play drums, and I used to play guitar, but my thumb messed up, so I can't play it no more.
Yo, something crazy, bro. I was in school for recording arts, and it was this brother named Bink. You can Google him. And I go into my classroom, and Bink is sitting at my control station. I'm like, who the hell this nigga is? So without further ado, this nigga, hold on, let me turn my camera on. This nigga Bink, he comes. I'm looking at the control station. I'm looking like, yo, this nigga doing at my control station. Bink, he like, yo, you right there pointing at me, you on the sticks, basically telling me to get on the controls. He had a drummer, he had a singer, he had a guitarist, a whole band of people. This girl was from where she was from. She was from Brazil. He had a dude from Africa who was playing the drums. I can't call their names. Please don't ask me to call their names. I can't remember them from shit. But there was a guitarist from the UK, and this was the first time they had met. And he put that thing together like a symphony. Man, I'm talking about now me, I'm just on the sticks. I'm just doing what he telling me to do. Yo, take them vocals up 2 decibels. You got it. So at the end, long story short, this man go on the school campus, roll up a big ass backwood and light that bitch on the campus out. We're like, yeah, now I can get to
Can I
know
tell
y'all
y'all
name.
something?
What's your name, brother? What's your name? Then you know that's when he interacted
That's
with
some
us.
gangster stuff right there.
Yeah, so I
That's
was like,
some gangster
yo.
stuff. Damn. That sound like me. I'll smoke a blunt in the police station.
Right? Like this, like if I'm coming and
No, for
you've
real,
invited me here, I'm gonna
bro.
enjoy myself. I'm gonna
If you light
whatever
a
it takes for
cigarette
me
in
to enjoy
front of me
myself.
and I don't smoke cigarettes, I'm smoking a blunt in front of you. Point blank is simple. Give and take. The law got to
All
be
right,
equal.
yo, and I told y'all that story about B More. B More asked him for the roach and he gave it to him. I was like, yo, this is a real one.
A roach.
For real. Well, it was the end of the blunt, and he was like, yo, y'all
Damn.
niggas enjoy that shit.
You gonna go to jail for
But
that?
now we had been chopping it up with him for like the whole 20 minutes. But you know, our teacher was out there, so B More wasn't like, yo, he wasn't gonna be asking to hit the blunt from the teacher. And then the owner of the school came out and was like, yo, now mind you, this is way before it was medicinal use or anything, bro. This was like 2019. No, not even. This was like 2013, my bad. 2013 in that era in Florida.
Yeah, that
But
was
yeah,
back
man,
when
he's a
Burner
definite. Hold
was
on,
like that, boy.
I'm gonna pull him up real quick because he had an interesting story, bro. Like he's worked with so many people, and I'm like, yo, this nigga just sitting right here in front of me, and I didn't know who he was. Like at first, he just basically came, but you could tell by the way he carried himself. Like, yo, this nigga, he knows something, and the way, bro, I can't explain to you how he put it together. But yo, let me share my screen, Chaos. You know, hopped off.
He coming back. Okay.
This who was in there when I when I came in the studio. Also known as Bink Dog, B Dog, Mr. Bink, Humble Monster. Yeah, that's him. He's done work for everybody. His most notable record is off the Blueprint album though, with Jay-Z, which he produced 3 tracks, including the first last track on the album. He is sometimes created as Bink. Yeah. So yeah, this him, man.
Okay.
He got credits from everywhere. Movies, the list go on. Lil C's, Tupac, Lil Mo, Tamia, Beanie Siegel, Mystical, you know, Aaliyah. So he got so many. I'm gonna just say this: I ingested everything that from that experience, bro.
Better
I
have.
even I even showed him one of my songs when
Mm-hmm.
I took him back to one of the other studios and loaded up my track. And I had to ask him, I was like, yo, what you think about this song? And I'm gonna play
Can
it.
I
I'm gonna probably play it if Chaos let me, but
can I tell
he
you
was
something? I'm telling you,
what's up?
when I say I used to hang out with famous people before they became famous, I can name a lot. And the thing about it, I'm not on brag. I don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I come up from an era, bro. I done seen Run DMC in them. I done seen all that. That never impressed me.
Yeah, but it was for me. It was more so working with them. You feel me? Because I had never worked with somebody on that level. I was in school. You feel me? I had never recorded nothing on my own
And
before.
that made you want to do that, see?
Not even. It just showed me how where I could be and how good I could be at it. You feel me? I knew I always wanted to do music. I always was a
I could
poet.
hook you up with some Dominicans that do. Well, listen, I could hook you up with some people that got studios all throughout New York, bro. See, when you want to start traveling, you get, bro, information I got to give y'all that I can utilize for your music thing too. I'm pretty sure you want to do music along with giving the message out.
I don't do music. No, it's not me. That's him. It's all crucial.
I know it is. He want to do both. I can
Okay.
feel the
Well,
vibes.
I use them. I use the music as a tool.
You
Nothing more,
supposed
nothing less.
to.
Nothing more, nothing less, man.
You supposed to. That's why you barely get sleep.
Facts.
Your
Yeah, you
brain
got
can't shut down. Y'all gonna have to learn how to shut your brains down.
and I believe me, I can get my rest. I'm beyond those
I
years
just
of
don't need
just
as much, bro.
Cause you still young and vibrant. Wait till you get
I need
older,
4 hours.
bro. Wait till you get older. You know, like me. You know what? I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Well, you see, I think I went to sleep on y'all the other day.
Man, you was in a funeral in a coffin, just like
Yeah, man.
you didn't
Hey,
even move.
I don't have
It's
no
like a
problem
nigga
catching.
right over
It's,
there.
hey, when it's over, it's over, and they don't happen
Y'all
too
tune into
often
the
in the
King's
daytime.
Table podcast tonight. We're gonna be talking about the What is it really?
But ooh,
There's a lot of interpretations of it. So we're gonna be getting into that on the King's Table podcast tonight.
Hmm.
man, y'all already know how we doing
Come
on
with them
KCDG.
receipts. Come with them receipts, you know. And I'm coming with mine, and we're gonna just throw it all out there for the people to dissect and grab and gravitate to
And
what they gravitate to.
this is for white Chinese. This is for everybody to come and enjoy the show. Please come, subscribe, like all that. We
Yes,
need
sir.
everybody on the world to watch. We don't do
Yes, sir.
racism over here. We love
All kings,
everybody.
all queens. You gotta come with the sense of respect and wanting to inform yourself on something. Don't come
That's
thinking
it.
you already know everything because I'm still learning. My cup.
If I knew everything, I'd be a billionaire.
There you go. I come with my cup empty.
That's
And
how you get that money. If you like, look what they had to do to get the money. Lord, how much? You think it was easy to get a billion? You know how much stuff Okra Winfrey had to do to get the money? She set a LGBT trend in South Africa by having them girls molested by other women and men.
oh wow,
That's listen. It ain't just in
alleged.
America the war on a black man and woman. It's all over the globe. They've been
Mm,
doing this before, when y'all was little kids.
dang.
They don't want me talking for real. Oprah don't want me talking. I do investigations on my own.
Man.
See what the baby said? Yup.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
said, yup.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm 5 minutes from the hour marker. 5 minutes 20 seconds. We're gonna
There you go.
cut this
I
line.
can't even make it to an hour sometimes. So I be trying.
I only make it to an hour when I got people on panel with me. You know what I'm saying? Dolo, I
Yeah.
got like 19 minutes, 20 minutes.
You know, YouTubers, we setting the trend. Kwame Brown set a trend. How do we do movies for 4, 6 hours on YouTube? Nobody has never did that, bro.
Hmm.
You know what that means, right? We're so hot because I'm on a trend. I'm on a trend as being on your platform, being on Lynch's platform, being on We Are TV platform, all that. I'm on We Are TV platform too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's
on
all
my
about
face.
collaboration, man.
Yo, you
You
see
know,
my face everywhere. Yo, who this cat is? Yo, that's Austin. What? I know the cat, man. I used to live with him in Brooklyn. Yo, watch what happened in a couple of more years, brothers.
Yeah, it's all about building and networking, man. And,
Man,
you know, like I said, we got the righteous people of the community got to stand up. The people that look like chaos got them little ones home in their arms right now.
for
Them the
real.
people that need to stand up and be speaking right now. Because we the people
That's
who got
right.
to guide the next generation because we already doing it.
That's right.
You feel me?
And Muslim Kushan, what's his name? The Muslim guy with the dreads. Kosh, what's his name?
with the
But
dreads.
yeah, I be watching him, Kroshan. He a
Oh, okay,
Muslim
okay.
guy.
Okay. Daddy's cooking.
Yeah. So me and him, Bill, he just scared to get my info because he don't know much about me. He'll say, "Oh, drop the link." I drop the link, or I send him my email. He don't hit me up because he got daddy duties. That man's a full-time daddy. So
Right.
you know, I understand. But once we get together and talk, Lord have mercy.
Oh man. Yeah. So another thing, I was definitely thinking about hopping on a different platform to definitely, get some more uncensored
That's what I'm trying to tell
conversations.
y'all. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell y'all.
Hey,
and
get
Y'all
you
better.
know, I found the black one.
yeah.
I even go on dating apps and trick women into listening to me.
That boy, they're crazy as hell. Hey, listen, did you hear about the black social media, the black on social media, Geechee?
Yeah,
Fan
The
base.
fan base.
yeah.
We about to get. I think I'm gonna start checking them out. See what and
But
putting.
we're gonna be the see. The thing is, we have that we can brand. We gotta have our own foundation. I'm talking about us individual foundations because a lot of black media thing, a lot of that is a lot of confusion in that.
That's right.
One believe that the white woman is the devil. I don't like that because that's how America was started in chaos.
I dig that.
And when you and black people in the organization ain't ready to be in no black organization no right now. You know why? Because I don't see nobody taking care of impoverished neighborhoods and all. Everybody's trying to talk and see who got viewpoints and all that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
For
I'm really
real.
tired of all this chit chat. We got plenty
You
of
know what we're
panelists.
doing? We're talking about government stuff. We're talking about history. We're talking about so many things we're covering more media. We're covering more things than they are. And I'm sending y'all messages about the military infiltration. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Yo, I be watching, bro. I was programmed by MK Ultra to be a watcher. I have to. It's too much. And the apps that I go on, bro, it be 300-400 people watching your videos. Guess what? In a couple of more weeks, it's gonna be a couple of thousand.
Big facts. So shout out to all the upcoming
Especially
YouTubers.
the secret relationships between blacks and Jews videos. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we gotta really we gotta stay on the good content, but we also gotta learn
And
to stay diligent in real
and
life.
it, especially your money about investments. I be pushing it. I be having white woman doctors listening to you. I be
Yeah,
talking to white woman doctors on the side.
there you
Their
go.
own horse ranches and all that.
Hey man, the website, both the websites on scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Reach out,
Say
holla
what
at
y'all
us.
say. Tell them how to reach y'all. Tell the people how to reach y'all.
Yeah, both the websites right there. Scroll across the bottom of the screen. You got loveyourself.com and the official KingCrucial.com. You know, all the social media.
And little chaos running the show right now. You know, he's saying, "Yo." But yeah,
He
you
said,
know what
"Nah,
it
don't
is,
say nothing."
man. Always,
Because,
man. Think
yeah,
with
man.
greatness. Think with greatness, man.
As always, think with greatness for real. But
And tonight, like I said, we'll be getting into this. What is it? What does it mean? Really?
Uh-huh.
who needs theirs taken away?
Yeah, we'll get into that too.
There's some secrets up in here. All right, y'all. Salute. Peace.
Salute, brother.
Salute.